do it.
It's puck time. It's Thursday, and I'm excited. I got two children with us, Alex B. Smith and Andrew McInnis. We should call this the babysitting show, except both of you guys are incredible at what you do, and it's not that you're kids. It's that I'm so damn old. Anyway.
I'm sure you burned off some of those years in Mexico, Prez.
I did, and I just got back from the gym. I'm feeling good. I did an hour of shoulders, and I'll watch Alex drink Coke.
Yeah, I got the 16-ounce can today. I needed a little extra energy. We got the first big card of 2019 rolling. So
okay, there you go, guys. Real quick, I just want to let all our listeners know I am in a great mood, and the reason is, and I don't want to get in any detail here, but I got woken up today the best way a man can get woken up.
Cheers to that.
That's it. I'm not going to say what. I'm
Yeah.
not going to say how. I'm a happy camper.
We can all use our imagination on that one, I'm guessing. So.
Well, Prez just described my New Year's.
That you woke up? Hey, Alex, you notice Andrew got rid of that ridiculous beard?
I see that. Got it all, clean cut for the new year. So it's looking sharp,
Yeah,
Appreciate it, Alex.
Very studly. Guys, let's get into this, man. Lots of games today. You know what? I'm thinking with 8 games, we'll go through them. We'll go through them. One game at a time, and we'll just keep it quick. We won't need the last minute of play. It's really 7 games because we have the Toronto Maple Leafs starting in half an hour, so we can just outright skip that game. But how about this new goalie, Hutchinson? What do you know of him, Alex?
Well, he played with Winnipeg for a while, and the reason he's starting this game is because of all the career starts he has in the NHL, he has the most appearances against the Minnesota Wild. He is 4-4-1 with a 2.40 goals against and a 912 save percentage in 10 career appearances. So he's may have not heard the name for many Leafs fans possibly. Like I said, he's the third string guy in the depth chart, but they're bringing up he's got some experience, and with this early start, it's a kids crowd game, something you see in the AHL a lot. It's cool that they're doing this in the NHL, having a day game. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic to the crowd. It's not going to be your usual loud Friday night drinking crowd, obviously. So there might be a difference.
Alex, there's no large Friday night rowdy drinking crowd at the Scotiabank Arena. Toronto has a 20-year lineup for season tickets. It is the most sterile arena on the planet. It's actually an embarrassment as a Leaf fan when you go there and half the seats are empty until the second period.
It's all corporate. It's all corporate. That's why.
It is.
They're not passionate fans like Habs fans. They're just up there doing business deals during the intermissions.
No, it's not that. It's that all the corporate world lives in Toronto, allowing Hab fans to actually go. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Let's get right into the first game of the night. Carolina at Philadelphia. Carolina is 16-7 on the season. Philly is 15-19. Look, these teams are super evenly matched, and it reflects that in the line. The over and under is 6 with a few 5.5s on the board. Carolina won their last play, and it was against Philadelphia. What's going to happen tonight, Alex?
Well, the way I see this one going is basically you got Curtis McElhinney finally coming back. He's made the last 2 starts. And these clubs have been familiar with each other, obviously being division rivals, but they played on New Year's Eve, Carolina getting that 3-1 win, as you mentioned. I'm expecting this to be a tight game. These are 2 teams, like I said, at the bottom of the division. There's not a whole lot of trust in either blue line or really either goaltender. We've seen, Carter Hart, the rookie, look stellar at sometimes, but obviously he's going to have some growing pains as a 20-year-old in the NHL. So I would look for this to possibly go under. I could just see where they're just going to play it tight to the vest. We're going to see, some battles between the blue lines, a lot of battles along the board. So I would look at this one to go under the total.
He's Alex Smith. I'm the Prez. We got Andrew McInnis with us, and if you guys want 7 days of our hockey plays, $39. Just head over to sportsmemo.com for both Alex and Andrew and use the promo code PuckTime. And head over to WagerTalk if you want 7 days of my NHL plays. I've got 2 up for tonight. And use the promo code PuckTime. But in all seriousness, and this isn't going to happen all year long, Alex and Andrew, so I don't mean to rain on all of our parades. I mean, we make a living selling picks, and, you know, it's important to promote each other, you know, and for people to realize how good Alex is and how good Andrew is. But Carmine is on a 22-2 run, and
that's incredible.
I mean, until this run ends, we're going to talk about it because it's ridiculous. Last night he was on the Vancouver Canucks. He won it again. Andrew, you liked that play. You gave it out yesterday on PuckTime. It was a super close game. But Carmine is just stealing the show, guys. I mean, he's not even on the show, and he's still stealing it. 22-2 hockey run. You can get 7 days of Carmine at WagerTalk for $39. Use the promo code PuckTime. And Alex, and then we'll get to Andrew on the next game. Yesterday, actually Andrew was on the show yesterday. Andrew,
right.
Me, you, and Dave Koken, we had a great show yesterday. We spoke about Edmonton and how, you know, they came out firing all cylinders for Hitch. And a team gets a new coach and they play really well, and then they go back, they regress to the means. I think we're seeing that with Philadelphia right now. Lost 4 games in a row, albeit on the road. But, you know, 2 of those games, Florida and Carolina, were winnable. Are we going to see, is Philly a sell team right now?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, if you look at just their overall record, I mean, 9-12. I'm sorry, they've lost 9 of their last 12 games. This is a team, like I said, they're just hanging around at the bottom. They've had some injury issues, like I said, goaltending issues. I just don't see where things are going to tighten up anytime soon. Like I said, we're now into the new year. This is when the cream of the crop start playing their best hockey. Teams like Pittsburgh and Washington that may have looked kind of slow in the opening months, they're going to really start ramping things up. You got teams like Columbus and the Islanders, even the Rangers starting to look a little hot. And obviously, maybe a couple of those teams will be making some deals to get better. This is going to kind of just be a play out the string, develop for the future kind of deal with the Flyers here. So, yeah, this is definitely a sell team rather than buy team.
Andrew, we've got a great matchup tonight with Calgary going into Boston. We spoke a lot about Calgary yesterday. I think they're one of the most deadly teams in hockey right now. It seems like they can just put up any number of goals in any game. Last night they were on the road. They played Detroit. They won 5-3. But look, they're in a back-to-back situation right now, and they've got the mighty Boston Bruins up. The Bruins have won both their last 2 games on the road against Chicago and Buffalo. I think this is the matchup of the night. The over and under is 6. The home team, the Bruins, are a fairly big favorite. And I think that's a result of the fact that the Calgary team is on a back-to-back. Where do you go in this game?
Yeah, no, I think it is the game of the night, Prez. This actually is a play I have posted at Sports MMO at 4% play of the night. But, however, I do want to say, like I said yesterday about that Calgary Flames team, Prez, again, they fall behind yesterday and they come back. They find a way. So as much as I was bashing on it, once again, they still find a way to do it. And again, with this Boston team, they really, really proved themselves during that outdoor Winter Classic game. The goaltending controversy might have been kind of fixed a little bit. Is Rask the man? Is Halak the man? I think Rask kind of earned some trust back with the Bruins again. He earned that respect back. And, you know, as much as these teams can both score, you got to wonder, could this be a tight-knit game or can it be a higher-scoring game? You know, I hate to sound like a promotional guy. I'll pull the Teddy Covers radio voice, but find out at sportsmemo.com with my play later on tonight. But other than that, I can't give you too much on that game. You can look at my write-up later on tonight.
Andrew, your mic is sucking again, dude. Anyway, we're going to do the show the way it is, just tough through it. Alex, we've got Florida on the road against Buffalo. And, you know, nobody expected a ton from Buffalo this year. And they got out to a flying start. I mean, not a month ago, they were ahead of the Leafs, Boston, and Tampa Bay in the standings. But now we've seen them come back down. They've lost their last 3 games. They've lost 5 of their last 6. And none of them to unbelievable opponents either. I mean, they lost to the Islanders, St. Louis, Anaheim, Florida. With that said, Florida, second game on a road trip in crappy weather, probably waking up miserable. It's cold and snowy. I lean on the favorite here. I lean on there's really no favorite. I lean on the home team. I think Buffalo's going to pull it out tonight.
I got to go against you on this one. I'm looking at this Florida side. You got a Buffalo team, like you mentioned. They've struggled. They've lost 5 of their 6, but their key core, their main piece, their superstar, Jack Eichel, going to miss this game. He's going to also miss another game as well. That's a huge piece. You got a Florida team, on the other hand, where, they're playing in some crappy places, traveling the road, but clearly the road cooking's been good for them because they've won 4 of their last 5, and they've won 6 of their last 8 overall. We're only laying a short price here at $1.15, $1.20. I would look at Florida here in this spot.
And they did beat Buffalo 5-2 in Buffalo recently. But these road numbers for Florida are a little bit phony. I mean, they beat Detroit in a shootout. They beat Philadelphia by 1 goal. They beat Chicago. They beat Detroit again. They beat Buffalo. I mean, show me some teams that, let them beat Washington or Pittsburgh on the road. These are not road warriors.
One more thing to note, too, about Florida, though. Not to interrupt you, but one more thing to note about Florida. They are 10-3 their last 13 meetings in Buffalo as well. So not only is it, like I said, playing well on the road, but this is a building that clearly in recent years has treated them well. So, like I said, it's going to be a tough battle. Like I said, both these teams are kind of mid-level teams. I know a lot of people loved Florida early. And they kind of just fell apart at times. In Buffalo, like I said, no one expected anything from them, but they bounced back. Like I said, I would look at the Panthers here, but it's going to be a close game. Definitely one to watch.
Alex, next game is yours. Battle of 2 teams in Canada. The Vancouver Canucks, coming off of a win last night, head about 40 miles down the road to play some crappy, brutal, just embarrassment of a team, the Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens are 26-14 on the season. I keep waiting for them to stink. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. It seems I'm going to have to wait a little longer, but it'll come. Andrew, at minus 190 tonight, is this the night that the Habs start their 25-game losing streak?
No, in short answer, no. I do agree with you that the price is very, very steep, Prez. Honestly, it's a very steep price, but I believe McInnis starting, and after that game last night, might be a letdown spot. I think the Habs playing at home, coming to this one, put a strong performance up. Again, I understand what you're saying. You always tell me, Prez, about how you don't think they have any big studs, any all-star forwards. It's true. Look who they sent to the all-star game, Carey Price. He wasn't even an all-star this first half of the year. But you know what? They do have guys that are putting the puck in the back of the net. They're working together, and their decor is almost better than ever. But I wouldn't touch it. I'll be honest, I wouldn't touch it. If you're going to play the Habs tonight, play them in a 3-way line. Play them, maybe split the puck line, money line, but I would not be laying that price with my beloved Habs.
He's Andrew McInnis, lives in Halifax, fan of the Montreal Canadiens. I'm the Prez. I live in Toronto, fan of the Leafs. Alex B. Smith, he lives in Minnesota, but he's a die-hard Blackhawks fan.
All day.
Speaking of which, Alex, they're on the road tonight facing a very surprise hockey team in the New York Islanders. People had, with JT leaving them, people really thought they were going to be one of the worst teams in hockey, and they're not. Mm-hmm. They're 21-13 on the season. This team is just getting it done, and I feel like they're a little bit like the Habs, where I'm just waiting for a slump to start. But they got an even worse team tonight. The Islanders are minus 160 all the way up to minus 200 at some places. I don't know where to go here, dude. I mean, I can't play that type of chalk. I can't play the over and under. I think, like what Andrew was saying, if you're going to play the Islanders tonight, you got to play them on the three-way.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting matchup because you got a Hawks team that's getting back indoors. Obviously, they came played in the Winter Classic, lost yet another outdoor game. Now, hopefully, we don't see them play outdoors for quite a while again because it's gotten stale. Although the jerseys look kind of cool, but with that being said, they're playing an Islanders team, like I said, playing hot hockey right now. And this is one of those games where, like I said, two teams that we don't know what's going to really happen to them. They're bad teams, but obviously if they get hot at the right time right now, like I said, Islanders have won, which is 4 in a row, and 7 of their last 8. You have a Hawks team that's won 3 straight road games, true road games, and have been playing some solid hockey at times. The only way I would look at this, and this is the thing I've been looking at all season long with the Hawks, is the first period over. 32-8 now in 40 games. The first period total has gone over. Also 19-3 the last 22nd first period, including the 2 goals in that game outdoors against the Boston Bruins, a team that trends to the under. So even when they're playing teams that are trending to the under, be it first period or full game, kind of like the Islanders. The Islanders team, they are 6-8 at home in the first period, trending to the under. I still think the Hawks will be able to find some ways to get a goals. They're always susceptible to letting in goals because the blue line is just horrific.
Yeah, look, I agree with you, and I was looking at playing the over in tonight's game between Chicago and the Islanders. But really, the problem is the Islanders in their win streak, they're just not letting teams score. Buffalo put up 1. The Leafs put up 0. Ottawa 3, Dallas 1, Arizona 1, Colorado 1. This team has tightened it up at the blue line, and that's really the worry. But otherwise, I lean on the over in the game. But I love that first period trend. Guys, really quick again, Carmine's on a 22-2 hockey run. Alex is winning. Andrew is winning. I'm at 60% over the last season and a half. You can get 7 days of any of our plays at WagerTalk.com or at SportsMemo.com. Use the promo code PuckTime. Andrew, let's talk about the St. Louis game against Washington. St. Louis 15-18. We spoke about them a couple of weeks ago, Andrew, and we felt like this team was going to start turning it around and start putting some wins together. I don't really see that happening right now. The Blues are still a bit of a mess, and now they're playing the mighty Washington Capitals. The home team is a pick'em. The over and under is 6. What do you think?
Yeah, Prez, I think I think you mentioned they might have been a bye team at one point, and that was when they're keeping up a little bit. And there was some change on the team. I agree with you.
Andrew, your mic's a disaster, dude. I'm just going to get abused from Johnny on this call. Now we can't hear anything that's coming out of your mouth. So, dude, you can stay on the show. We got 2 games left. Alex and I are going to have to do them. And you're just going to have to keep trying to get it right. Because listeners out there, we take this stuff seriously. We are going to get the sound right. It's hard. Alex, Andrew, and I are thousands of miles apart. We're doing this over Skype. But we're going to get it right. And Andrew will be back tomorrow with Alex to do another puck time. So, Alex, let's go to you on the St. Louis game, brother. Over and under 6. I know you've got a big play on this game tonight.
Yeah.
So, talk about it without giving your play away.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a battle of 2 teams in contrasting styles. Obviously, you have a Washington team that has been playing a lot more up-tempo, obviously led by their superstar with Ovechkin, who's just on a absolute run right now. And he's getting a lot of flack because he's going to be missing the All-Star game, and he's obviously got to serve I think it's a really dumb rule by the NHL. He's got to serve a 1-game suspension either right before the break or after the All-Star break. We're talking about a guy that's been playing a ton of hockey in his career. He hardly misses any games during the regular season, and you add in all the postseason experience he had. It's amazing he's able to keep himself in enough shape to play that many games without having any serious injury. So, kudos to him. Take that time off to rest and get ready for what's really important, the stretch run. But with that being said, like I said, it's a Blues team that's an absolute dumpster fire. The Berube move hasn't really generated a much long-term energy in this team. I don't know what we're going to see. My guess would be that they just kind of break things apart, try to rebuild. It would be a small rebuild.
To Toronto, baby.
Yep, that's a possibility. I've been seeing a lot of trade talks with a lot of those guys. They said everybody except Tarasenko is basically available to be talked about within a trade. So, like I said, I think we're going to see this team kind of break apart and maybe regroup down the road. But it should be an interesting battle to watch.
Alex, let's go to the last game and call it a show. Tampa Bay, my God, are they good. This team is absolutely ridiculous right now. 31-7-2. Man, I don't remember a team with that type of record this deep into the season. They have a ton of speed, and they're playing the slowest team in all of hockey. With that said, they're minus 190 on the road. Look, I can't play Tampa Bay tonight, but there's no chance I'm going to play the Los Angeles Kings. I look for this game to go under the total of 6.
Yeah, I mean, that number is high, but like I said, you have incredibly contrasting styles here because you got the fastest team in hockey argued against the slowest team in hockey. The LA Kings, I mean, they just have absolutely no true speed. They just try to slow teams down, and they don't play physical anymore either. I know Andrew mentioned this on the show yesterday about a couple teams. It's one thing to be slow, but if you're going to be slow, you got to bang against the boards, control possession between the blue lines and the neutral zone. They're not doing any of those things now, so they're just kind of plodding around, and they're just going to be standing orange cones against a team with the type of speed that Tampa Bay has. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense to look at the under 6, but if Tampa Bay gets hot early, hell, they could put up 6-7 goals of their own and make this a complete mess.
Yeah, a terrible matchup for the LA Kings. And Tampa Bay, I mean, 6 in a row, 9 of their last 10, a whole bunch of those games on the road. I mean, the only road game they've lost in the last, few weeks was an overtime game in Winnipeg, and there's certainly no shame in that.
Right.
This team is deadly. Leafs are about a Shattenkirk away from being able to take them out, but this team is deadly. I can't wait for Tampa Bay and Toronto to meet in the playoffs.
Series, for sure.
Yeah, especially, I mean, I think we're looking at the two fastest teams in hockey. I mean, maybe Vegas has a say in that, but, the Leafs' speed is ridiculous, too.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, we're going to call it a show. Andrew, Alex, we'll have you both on tomorrow. We're going to tape tomorrow at 2 o'clock, so it'll be a little bit later tomorrow. And we're actually going to start moving the taping from now on to about 1:30, 2 o'clock every day because I'm rejigging my schedule. Andrew, get your mic working. Listeners, make sure to comment. I read them, I respond to them, and I appreciate them. And boys, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves.
Sounds good. See you.